It's day 4 metal detecting in Eureka, Kansas. Had a good 3 days, but today is not looking good. Detectorists are always fighting the elements: cold, rain, wind, and snow. We are waiting for the rain to let up. The forecast does not look good. I have an idea for today that we'd hit this spot that I ended day 3 with, and then go to another little strip similar to this, just down the road, and then back to where I found the 2 Indian heads and the 4 wheat pennies, and use the 11-inch coil on that area. I was only using a 6-inch, so I'd like to give the 11-inch a try to see if I can snag a couple more. This is supposed to be our last day. We don't know if we're going to stay another day or not, but the weather is supposed to improve tomorrow, so we'll see. Okay, well, I did try the spot over there that I ended with yesterday, and it just a muddy mess, and I got a little detecting in between downpours, but it has stopped right now. It's not supposed to stop for long, and I am going to try this little spot here owned by a family member, just this little teeny lot in between the trees and the house over there. Apparently it's old, and so we will give this a shot, and if I find anything, I will be back to show you. Okay, first find. You can hear the pretty church music from the old church uptown. Anyway, first find. I have no idea what it is. Looks like a mason jar lid, but it also has threads on it, so I don't know. It looks like it has some writing. This will be one I'll have to clean up and show you later. It's pretty rough today. Getting rained on right now. You can see my gloves. I'm gonna be a trooper though, and I'm gonna try to detect the back of this old school along this edge right here towards that big tree. This is a pretty old neighborhood, obviously, with the old house that I gave you a tour of. I think you're gonna see that before this video. I hope so. I might put that on a last kind of tour of an old home that was torn down. But anyway, just right across the street. I'm gonna head in this direction. It's raining, and we'll see how long I can handle it. It's again, the mud is just clay. It's clay here in Kansas, and it's like getting glue on your hands, for real. Anyway, let's get going. Coming down pretty good now, but I just found a wheat scent right here, pretty much straight across from the torn down home. We do have a wheat scent. I'm not going to linger here too long. I want to keep going. It is raining on me good, so anyway, we've got a wheat scent. Well, the skies are gray. It stopped raining for just a minute. I have continued on and made my way to this beautiful tree here, coming from that direction this way, and I picked up my second wheat scent. That's pretty cool. Probably about 7 inches down. Rang in 22, 23, 24, as usual for the equinox. So Anyway, that's 2 wheat cents now. So not a bad start on this little area here. I was hoping my inclination was right, that all the construction and stuff like that on that old school would have been concentrated up there. Maybe the earth was moved and all that stuff, but over here on this end of the park by the trees, and this right here looks like it's pretty undisturbed. So anyway, that's a good sign, and I'm gonna keep on going. Okay, a little bit of a mystery item here. At first I thought it was a thimble. I mean, you can kind of see some perforations in that, but it's really white, and or silver. Could be some writing on it too, but it's pretty much squished together. I'm hoping it's a thimble, but I guess we'll find out later. It might not be. There's a number on the bottom of it too, so we'll see. Well, you might be able to see my grid here. That was my first. See where my footprints were, and now I've come back this way, and now you can see I'm coming in here. There's a big tree root there. I couldn't. Tried to dig over there and I couldn't. Anyway, just a few inches down, I just found this fucking heavy can. And we're right across the street from that house that was torn down. You can see it. It's just a heavy, old can. Anyway, so when I talk about sampling an area, I wanted to clarify that. I'm not always very good at explaining myself, but sampling an area to me is taking 3-4 good long grid sweeps and finding out where stuff that you're digging, how deep it is and what it is, will determine if you're probably going to have success. And I mean, if your old stuff, the stuff you're looking for is 3, 4, 5 inches deep, that's great. But when you are finding really modern stuff, because of the soil, you could be finding modern stuff at 8 inches, and it's going to be pretty rare. Like in this incident, I am looking for, older coins and stuff like that. And for the most part, this is clay, so stuff tends to stay at least manageable. And your newer stuff is, on the surface of the ground or 1 or 2 inches. This particular item that I just found is I'm not sure how old it is. It looks to be fairly old though. It's a pen. It's a pen top. And it is metal, obviously. Otherwise I wouldn't have found it. So it's kind of an interesting find. I'm kind of curious to see if there's anything written on it. It looks like it has a little grain to it, like a wood grain or something, but I don't know. We are next to a school, so that would make sense. And I'm going to put it in my pocket, clean it up later. Okay, I am back where I started. Just got the 2 wheat cents over by the school and wanted to come back to where in this area here I found the 2 Indians, a buffalo nickel over there and like 4 Wheaties just in this little strip here. And I started by this big tree right on the property line, and I knew I had a quarter. And when I dug down, I actually got a knife as well. And I don't know how old this is, but
I mean, you can see that's pretty freaking nice. There's the quarter. I haven't looked at that yet either. But yeah, that's dig one thing and you get another. So it is an Eagle quarter, I think. I don't think it's one of the newer ones. Yeah, pretty sure. Let's see here. No, it is a state quarter. Huh. I'll be dang. Okay, well, anyway, a cool find that it just happened. Dug the quarter, got the knife. Cool. Okay, I was just over there. I'm making my way across this area where I found those coins a couple days ago. And I just ran into this. And it's a lid of some sort. It's rusted on the bottom, I believe. And so I don't think it's anything significant, but it does have a little bit of an edge to it of gold. Almost like a, let's see here. Trying to get this edge on here. Well, no, I thought it was a gold edge, but it's not. Anyway, there could be some writing on it, but it's muddy, and I will show you later if there is anything in the wrap-up. Good morning. This is actually day 5. I convinced my wife to stay another day because I'm enjoying detecting here so much. It's been awesome. This will be my final day, and I am adding this to day 4 to make a little longer video. I am detecting a very old park. You can tell down, there's actually another side to this park across the creek. But you can tell this is an old park. There's a building or something that's been tore down. All that's left is the foundation. I'm not sure what was there. Here you can see an old sidewalk. Over here we have a newer ball field. All this land in here, I suspect, had people walking all over the place. Here they have a swimming pool. It looks probably 70s, 60s, 70s built. So there's a part of the park that's been replaced and made new, but then there's a whole bunch of the park down that way that looks way older. You can tell they just painted old, old picnic tables and stuff. And then across the creek, like I said, there's another part of this. So I'm going to do a sampling. Again, if you don't remember what sampling means for me, is that I'm going to test the depth of targets, what targets I'm getting, and then deciding, if I'm going to say, if I'm getting targets that are newer, modern stuff, really deep, that's usually not a good sign. It's usually not a good sign. So anyway, we're going to give this a shot, and I will be back with you when I have my first find. Okay, I moved. I was over here on the other side of this creek. I'm going to show you some of the layout of this old park. This appears to be a little bit older than the place I just was, at least in some parts. See the creek, the crick. The old trees. Pretty neat.
again, I'm probably having to fight through a ton of trash like I was over I just was over there. And I found a quarter, a dime, a couple of modern pennies, and one surface find that I'll show you. Horseshoe pits. This surface find is obviously not super old, but an old pocketbook. It says I can't read it. Zorro or something. Anyway, see by the button. That'll snap button. First great find for day 5. We are at this park. Down about 6 inches. Bringing up the usual 22, 23, 24 is another wheat scent. And I have really done well on the wheat scents. I think I've lost track of how many I've found. I think 6 or 7. 1941, and that is the year that Pearl Harbor was bombed, and so that's just crazy that I have a penny from the year, produced in the year that Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. Really cool. Okay guys, I moved. I am back at the torn down old house. You'll probably recognize it from the other videos. This is day 5, which will be combined with day 4 on the video. Using the Equinox 800 with the 6-inch coil, and I have another wheat penny, 1947, 6 inches down, rang up between 24, 25, and all the way up to 30. So I was expecting to get a a 70s, 80s penny, but instead I have a wheat penny, and boy, I've done well on them. So that's a good find. That's a really good find. So anyway, all right, next find, sidewalk. Not sure what it is. Appears to be brass. I was looking for some writing on it. Appears like there might be. I have to do a little more work, and if I do find something, it looks like something 1895 or something. It's like a ring. Maybe it's off of a can or a part for an old car. I just don't know. If you know, leave a comment. That's where I just was digging a few minutes ago when I found that ring thing. I've moved up and down this little path here, and I found this. When I first dug it, I thought it was a bell. It does have a decorative silver like screw-on thing here. This is threaded, but I mean, it looks like a little bell to me. And I'm wondering if it's not off of a lamp or something like that, but I mean, that could be silver, just because I mean, it came out of the ground just gleaming about 6 inches down. So anyway, I think that's kind of a really cool find. Okay, I have no idea what this is either, but it's pretty cool. Just dug that little bell-shaped thing over here. Went all the way down to the road and came back, and I got this strange shaped thing. Almost looked like the handle to something, but it's hollow, full of dirt. I don't know what's in it. and it also has grooves. You can see that. I have no idea what that is. I hope it's something cool once I get it cleaned up. I just don't know. Can't see any words on it or anything like that. So, all right. Always doing well here at this house, and the one past that little tree line, found some pretty good stuff over there too. So, yeah. It's why I love to dig old house sites, because you just never know what you're gonna find. I found this, and again, not super sure what it is. Looks like an old bell, like to a bicycle, maybe a bicycle bell. It's pretty old. I mean, you can just tell by the patina. I don't think it has anything written on it so far anyway. I haven't seen anything. So anyway, that's kind of cool. I moved all the way to the back of the house now, the torn down house, and I have found, and I've hit a lot of junk because they tore it down, and there's just tons of aluminum and metal shards, and I just found this, an S. Now, it's not heavy, made of aluminum, I think, but that's kind of cool. It might be period. I'm just not sure, but 40s, 50s maybe. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Okay, this is the wrap up for day 4 and day 5 of my Eureka trip. First of all, I'm just going to show you the junk. Sorry about the noise in the background. Again, trash is always available. I just put it in the bag so I can trash it. No pun intended. I'm going to trash it. Anyway, starting out here, I believe this is a handmade or homemade peace pipe, we might say. Or whatever other kind of pipe you might want to say it is. I cleaned up that pin top. I would think that that's probably, 60s, 70s, probably not that old. This here looks like a 5-gallon, I actually figured it out, it's a 5-gallon drum stopper, or whatever, where the nozzle is. I found 6 keys, 1 fishing weight, which is just the style lets me know that that's pretty old. I finally figured out what this thing is. This is a handle to an old Razer, I believe. If somebody knows something different, please tell me. Piece of eyeglass, sunglasses. Thought this was a thimble, but it ended up not being a thimble at all. Oh, this S, it's made of tin. I don't think that's very old. Like I said, 50s or 60s. Trying to keep things in the shade here for you. Found an old knife. That actually does look pretty old. It might be period to the house. An old bicycle bell, I think. Pretty sure. It's pretty heavy, and so I imagine that's fairly old. Just a lid. I thought there'd be words on it. There's not. Thought this was a bell, but it's not. It's probably off of a lamp. This ring, no words, not sure what it is. Thingamajig. We got 5 quarters, 5 dimes, 2 nickels, and 5 dimes. Oh, 5 pennies, I'm sorry, 5 modern pennies. And then the 4 wheat pennies. So we got 4 Wheaties in the last 2 days. And then I found this. This is a surface find. It's pretty old. I just thought that was kind of neat. That was down by the river. Anyway, that's the wrap up for my Eureka trip. Stay tuned. I'm going to do a complete wrap up of the 5 days with all the best finds, and I'll do that on a separate video, and you'll get to see everything that I found the last 5 days in a all-inclusive wrap up. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I really had a great time and hope to be back someday. So